Welcome, everyone. It's so exciting. I always feel so fortunate to be the one who gets to meet the teachers and say something to them personally. Long ago and far away, it used to be that we could have you come for lunch and then everybody could meet you, but I'll do my best to give you a good introduction. We're always excited and we thank the district for all the work that they put into it, Kayla and Randy particularly. So I will start out with Bryn and ask you to introduce yourself and go from there.
Hello, I am Bryn Medling. I teach at McKnight Middle School. I teach Science 8 Honors and Math 7-8, and I am also a math instructional coach here at McKnight. Um, what do I love about my job? I love getting to interact with kids all day long. I get to see them try something they thought that they couldn't do, and maybe they'll struggle with it, but they're still willing to take that risk, and seeing them gain that confidence is always a big motivator of mine. Um, what's the most challenging thing? It's exhausting. It's super tiring, but well worth it. With the grant that you guys are generously sharing with me, I want to share. I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be something that improves engagement with the students in math and hopefully also in the science class. Something that can be used across both disciplines. And I don't know what yet, but it's going to be good, and the kids will get a lot of engagement from it. So I just want to say thank you to the Rotary for allowing me to build something new for the kids.
That's super. Um, so, Amy, you got any good things to say?
Oh, I have so many good things to say about that. My name is Amy Fry. I am the principal at McKnight, and we are so excited. One, to honor Bryn with this year, and then also to share a little bit about Bryn with you. Bryn is an amazing teacher, and if you go in her classroom, it's just such a joy to just sit and watch. Bryn is so creative, and her classroom is very student focused, and she is so good about balancing like rigor and like academic focus with the supports that students need to just grow and thrive. She teaches math and science, but then she also does so much important work as the math coach. So not only is she directly impacting the students on her rosters, the work that she's doing to support our teachers in the math department is just, extrapolating her influence. And then we so often tap Bryn to do building wide PD and share her expertise and lead in the building. So we were thrilled to choose Bryn this year to share with you. Bryn Medling makes everybody better at McKnight.
Thanks, Amy.
Hey, that and you look like you're blushing maybe, but it's so important to have that kind of support from your staff, and it goes both ways. Next, we'll go to Janet.
Hello, I am Janet Enkelma, and I am one of the music teachers at Kennydale Elementary School. This is my third year at Kennydale, but my 11th year teaching. My first 8 years were in Houston, Texas, where I
Wow.
mostly taught elementary school. I did a little bit of middle school down there as well. One thing that I love about my school is that the entire community enjoys making music, singing, and playing together. And one of the challenges, it's such a small world problem, but I make a lot of have a lot of great relationships with my students, and I get so jealous and sad when I don't have them every year and they go to the other music teacher because I miss them so much. And so it's such a small problem for me to have. Um, I am so honored to be nominated for Renton Rotary Teacher of the Month. The $250 grant I'm planning on using to purchase adaptive instruments and equipment for students with disabilities. I'm really interested in purchasing mallets with wider handles, and they also sell them with straps that can wrap around a student's hand. So then they're better able to play, or their paraprofessional who's with them can help them play. And they can be a little bit more independent with those adaptive instruments. I am also very grateful for the Renton Rotary because they've taken on the huge task of purchasing recorders for every fourth grader in the district. And I'm so thankful for that because without them, we would not be able to access our curriculum. And I am fortunate that I get to take my fourth graders to play with the Seattle Symphony in February. And they do that with their recorders and they're singing and dancing and playing with them. And it's just such an important part of fourth grade. And I couldn't do it without the Renton Rotary. Thank you for everything that you do.
Andre,
Yes. Thank you,
would you
Nancy.
tell us a little bit how you think this wonderful transplant that we're so fortunate to have here in the Pacific Northwest?
Yes, thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Renton Rotary, and thank you, Renton, Randy, and Kayla for putting this all together. It just so happens that 10 years earlier, before Janet joined us, I also came up from Houston, Texas, where I taught for years. So we are both transplants. We both loved our time. And Janet, I think the one word that I think about when I think about Janet, Miss Ankoma, is amplification. She has brought so much wondrous musical experiences. She's amplified our assemblies by ensuring that students' voices and song is increased in our assemblies that we do monthly in our building. Janet, shows incredible flexibility within her room to try to provide access points for students to engage in music instruction. Janet also mentors students in our building and really extends and builds incredible relationships to support kids that are in her class, kids that are not in her class. She's just such a presence, and she's brought back dance into our building and all kinds of other ways to bring in joy. And so our assemblies now have opportunities for students and teachers to kind of bring the joy, amplify the joy in our building. And it's just been a really wonderful, wonderful match and exactly what our building needed. So we're so happy to have Janet in our in the Kennydale as a Kodiak. And thank you so much for all you do, Janet. And thank you, Renton Rotary, for acknowledging and celebrating all these amazing teachers.
It's our great pleasure. And finally, but not last at all, in any way, shape, or form, is Samantha.
Hi, my name is Samantha Gomez. I teach at Highlands Elementary School. I've been teaching here for about 5 years. Before that, I taught kindergarten in Lake Chelan. What I most enjoy about my job is just seeing the excitement in the children when they learn something new or figure something out. I also just love seeing the progress that children make throughout the school year. Being a teacher allows me to grow and be a lifelong learner. That's something that I appreciate. I get bored kind of if I'm doing the same thing every day. So I really appreciate just this job and how I can continuously learn and grow. One thing I find challenging about the job is just meeting the needs of all my students. There's just such a diverse population, and just meeting the needs of like every single student every day in every subject is a little tricky at times. I plan to use the grant, buying things such as like fidgets, wiggle cushions, timers. I'm noticing that there's more and more kiddos presenting with like ADHD or autism. So just finding things that I can incorporate into my classroom to help with those kiddos. Yeah, I would like to thank the Rotary for this opportunity, and for Alfred. It was definitely a surprise and just feels really good to be recognized for the work that we do as teachers. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy, Randy, and Kayla, and everyone. Samantha, more than deserving for this recognition. I was trying to think of the years. Is this your 7th year?
I've been teaching 14 years in
I'm
total.
saying at Highlands.
At Highlands, my 5th year.
So no, more than that. Do the math.
2019.
Oh man. Okay. Regardless.
Good math, Randy. Or help him out there, Randy.
So Samantha she teaches first grade, which is an amazing thing that teachers do. And Samantha brings this steady consistency, this supportive, always kind always positive. Samantha, you can walk into Miss Gomez's room on like the third day of school, and it is just engaged, regulated, and the kids love her. She is amazing at just building the structures that first graders need, and that to her point that she likes to see the growth they make over the year. The hard work that Samantha puts in building the community allows her to meet all the various needs that come to Highlands, and those kids walk out ready for second grade. Professionally, Samantha is always just engaged, and as she was saying, she likes to learn. She's part of the model that we have at our school that really supports teacher growth, and she's fully engaged in that for herself, and that translates to learning for her students. I always think about a classroom. There's, you look at the old Venn diagram where the two circles overlap each other, and you have one side talks about I talk about it, break it as simple as you have a strong community and really well planned out instruction. The middle piece is high levels of engagement. And whenever you walk into Miss Gomez's class, it is fully engaged, and she's an expert at embedding the social emotional learning that's necessary for kids to engage. So more than deserving of this recognition. So congratulations.
Real challenge. I congratulate all of the teachers and all of the principals of the work that you're doing here in our town. Yeah. Thank you so much.